All right, welcome back. We're here for episode 2 of our deep dive into Base 44, the AI tool that allows you to build apps in minutes, literally, with using natural language instructions. We talked last time about just what it is. You can just type in natural language and it kicks out a website in minutes. And so today we're going to go a little bit deeper dive into how that actually works, a little bit behind the scenes. So, because next video we're going to show actual apps being created and kind of get into the app itself and let you see that. And so this time we're going to go a little old school and just do a PowerPoint with some thoughts. The one thing to keep in mind about Base 44 and how it works is that you type your idea into Base 44, and the first thing that happens is language processing. Base 44 relies on large language models, or LLMs, the same category of AI that powers advanced conversational systems like ChatGPT. And so right away, the model is going to do a few key steps. The first is intent recognition. What type of application is this? What is meant by the instructions? And then the second is entity extraction. What objects exist? What users need to be there? What projects? Are there payments, nodes, like all that stuff that kind of identify all of these components of the app that need to be built. And then it begins to map those relationships. So when you say build a CRM with client dashboards and Stripe payments, the Base 44 AI interprets it. Users have clients, clients have invoices, invoices connect to payments, or some users need admin permissions. It's all that stuff that might go into a company's CRM. So the natural language gets converted into structured, application programming and logic in that way. Once your idea is kind of structured in Base 44, the Base 44 AI will generate the architecture. And this includes a database schema, any background logic that's necessary, any secure API endpoints, and all the front end user interface components. So under the hood, you have this AI driven code generation. And then Base 44 also combines that with a cloud based infrastructure to support it all. And so instead of manually building like a scaffold, like a traditional app developer would, Base 44 just builds all of it for you, just like as a program. So it's like think about an automated, like full stack application construction. So now here's where it gets like pretty cool. This is extra stuff that is normally extra cost if you go to an app developer. It's this back-end infrastructure and security. So Base 44 integrates all of that. They have managed cloud hosting, encrypted data transmission, authentication systems, even Stripe payment APIs, even like email workflows, all that really cool stuff. And it'll auto generate all of that and even like enforces different permission layers. So when you say like you're working with it later and say only admins can see analytics, the AI will modify both user interface visibility and backend access controls. So it doesn't just look like a good app; it actually gets into the weeds and builds an infrastructure and security for your application. So this to me is the most exciting piece: this iterative AI refinement. This is where it becomes really powerful. It's not just a one and done like app generator. It maintains this conversational like approach, this context. So you can say after your app is built, you can go back in and say, okay, now let's add subscription tiers. Let's make invoices downloadable as PDF. Let's restrict this page to premium users, like whatever you want to say. So the model will update all of that, all the database fields, the business rules, the permission logic, the UI components. And it doesn't have to rebuild the app. It just kind of goes in and makes these tweaks as you ask for it, which is, I think, really, really cool. So just have this split screen, just give you like a little more back end under the hood, kind of how it works. Unlike many kind of no code platforms, Base 44 will give you this GitHub integration, and you can have direct access to the coding. So you can override or extend what the AI builds. So technically, this makes Base 44 kind of a hybrid system. It has an AI generated scaffolding, but it has editable production grade code. And so this really works together through a GitHub integration where you're kind of texting normal language and then it has a full code editor on the back end that you can have access to and see. So it shrinks. I think the biggest thing here is it just shrinks the timeline. And in today's modern AI world, speed matters. And so it's really compressing the amount of time it takes to develop an app. And instead of spending weeks on the setup, you're right into refining it, right? Like you just make the app and then you're refining it with code. So it doesn't replace the humans, it doesn't replace engineering, it just kind of accelerates it, which is really exciting stuff. So with that, I'll just say goodbye, and next week we'll get into some specific examples.